Hey, what's good? What's going? Back with another video. I got reports that by Industry Insider, Jeff Snyder, he said on a podcast, The Hot Mic, that Superman domestic North America grossing on weekend could be up to 175 million for the weekend. So that's big news for us Superman fans. So that movie could be well off to a big start. So that's just grossing domestic, when you talk about North America, like 175 million. So that means, because my prediction, let me just say this, my prediction, I had at least 700 million, right? So at 175 million domestic, maybe it could be a little higher than that, but if it's tracking for like 175 million, I wonder what it's going to do this worldwide weekend. So I could see it could possibly get like another 100. So I could see Superman worldwide weekend being around close to 300 or more million doing that. So, and I think in the course of the time, it'll get to that 700 million. I believe the budget possibly could be maybe around 200 million. So even if it's let's say, I don't know what they spent on the marketing though, right? I'm assuming it's probably, I don't know, maybe it could be 100. So most important thing, long as you get your production budget right. So if it's 200 million, so it could do that in a domestic. It could bring you back that production budget probably be like the first weekend, right? In North America domestic. So I'm assuming it's probably like 200, nothing over probably 200 for the production budget, right? So I think like after that trailer, I think it's they showed that trailer. What was it, Thursday? Or no, actually it was Wednesday, right? I believe they showed the trailer Wednesday. So I guess the trailer must have had an impact or something. So they see, you know what, this movie could do domestic. It's charting to do 175 million domestic. So that's big for DC. For James Gunn's first DCU movie under the new DCU, that is huge right there. And like I said, I believe Superman, this is set up the other DC live action movies, like especially Supergirl that's coming out next year, right? That's gonna set her up to do very well because Superman, he's setting the table. Once again, remember, DC first superhero movie, right? Was Superman, right? You know, back in what 78, whatever, right? Or so. So with Christopher Reeves, right? So yeah, so and you see it, so then the Batman came and whatever later, right? So I believe this is gonna be like a new DC renaissance that's gonna start. And under James Gunn, a lot of people trash James Gunn, like he didn't know what he was doing, like he wasn't competent, like he didn't produce those good Guardians of the Galaxy movies, right? But I always stood 10 toes down that this Superman will be a success at the box office. I always believed that. So, like you said, industry insider Jeff Snyder, whether you um believe it or not, but he does have sources. So, and that's projecting, right? And you can look at other you could go to other page websites, web page sites as well. And so like Superman is trending for domestic weekend of 175 million. That bodes well for the DC going forward. And I believe it would get to that 700 million or more, and also one thing to note that AMC is going to start in, I believe, July 9th. It's going to be like half off movie tickets, so like on one of these days, whatever. So that's going to be a big boom. That's going to be help to get people come to the theaters and stuff. Anyway, so I like that what AMC is doing. But back in Superman, I knew it was going to do really well because true to the comics, and you see the vision of James Gunn. This is not this Superman by Corn Sweat as no robotic Superman. He has, you see the passion, right? Confidence he has, and doing the right thing. He doesn't care about necessarily the red tape. When remember he said in an interview with Lois, right, where people are going to die. That's enough. So a hero, your job is going to save lives. So and that how they showed that in the trailer was awesome. The flying was awesome. Like maybe we might get a final trailer. Cause remember the probably the advertisements for this movie is sort of similar to how Barbie was, and Barbie did $1 billion. So I'm not gonna say something necessarily gonna do $1 billion, but I don't believe I damn sure don't believe this movie's gonna flop. I don't believe that one bit. And this movie will do well. It will be a good movie. I believe so. Yeah, I'm kind of biased because I'm a Superman fan, right? Been collecting comics since I was 17 back in '93. So, but for what I seen for that trailer, renew hope and vigor. I got this movie's gonna do awesome. So y'all let me know what y'all think. But like I said, industry insider Jeff Snyder said it's not me saying it's going to do that domestic weekend. That's the industry insider, which he'll know more people than I do, right? And so he says 175 million domestic. We'll see how that holds, though, right? But like I said, like, comment, subscribe. I'm on to the next one. I'm out of here.